What if I told you the key to actually being confident has nothing to do with faking it till you make it? I know you've heard all the advice. Just be yourself. Think positive. Don't be shy. And it's all a load of bull. I've worked with thousands of women all over the world, and the number one thing they ask me about is confidence. Not how to get a promotion, not how to find love. Confidence. Because here's what nobody tells you. You're not actually shy. You're just playing a version of yourself that feels safe. And in today's video, I'm going to give you a simple framework built on 4 core principles to help you look, sound, and feel more confident in any situation. Whether that's walking into a room, speaking up in a meeting, or finally posting that content you've been overthinking for weeks. 1. Recognize the pattern. Here's what happens to most women. When you're in college, someone labels you. Oh, she's the quiet one. She's shy. She doesn't really talk much. Or maybe it happens at work. You're in a meeting and someone says, she's more of a behind-the-scenes person. And you accept that label. You think, that's just who I am. I'm shy. I'm not charismatic. I'm not the confident one. And for the next 5, 10, 20 years, you live inside that box. But here's what I need you to understand. That label is not permanent. You've just been practicing shy behaviors for so long that your brain thinks that's who you are. But it's not. You are multidimensional. There's a version of you that's extremely charismatic. There's a version of you that lights up a room. There's a version of you that's deep, thoughtful, and inspiring. There's a version of you that commands respect without saying a word. You're just letting one version, the safe version, dominate all the stage time. 2. Show your visibility. Now that you've recognized the pattern, here's what most women do wrong. They try to feel confident first. I wish I felt more confident before this presentation. I wish I felt more confident in this job interview. I wish I felt more confident before I post this. But feelings are the hardest thing to control. So instead, I'm going to give you a framework that makes this so much easier. It's called Look, Feel, Sound. Out of these 3 things, the way you look, the way you feel, and the way you sound, which one is the hardest to control? It's the way you feel. But which one do most women try to control first? The way they feel. That's backwards. Instead, control the things that are easier to control. Control the way you look. Control the way you sound. Let me show you what I mean. Think about shy behaviors in 2 buckets: vocal and visual. What does a shy woman sound like? Quiet voice. Apologetic tone. Lots of filler words like and like. No melody. Softly spoken. What does a shy woman look like? She looks down a lot. Closed body language. Hands crossed or behind her back. She makes herself smaller. No direct eye contact. You know these behaviors because you've been her. Now flip it.
How does a confident woman look? She stands taller. She's not afraid to take up space. She has a warm smile on her face. She's relaxed. She dresses intentionally. She makes strong eye contact. How does a confident woman sound? She has melody in her voice. She speaks with volume, not loud, but clear. She's not afraid of the pause. She doesn't apologize for existing. Because when you start to look more confident, you start to feel more confident. When you start to sound more confident, you start to feel more confident. You're literally sending your brain overwhelming signals that you are confident. And eventually, your brain goes, well, she looks confident. She sounds confident. I guess I'll give her the feeling of confidence. 3. Act for proof. Now here's where most women get stuck. They understand the framework. They know what confident women look and sound like, but they don't act. They wait to feel ready. They wait for the perfect moment. They wait until they're more confident. But here's the truth. You will never feel ready to become someone new. You don't feel confident, then act. You act, then become confident. Let me give you an example. Maybe there's a woman in your office who always speaks up in meetings. She's not smarter than you. She's not more qualified than you. She just acts like someone who belongs in the conversation. And because she acts that way, people treat her that way. That's proof. Every time you do the thing you said you'd do, even when you don't feel like it, you're building proof, not for other people, for yourself. You're proving to your brain, I'm the kind of person who follows through. So stop waiting. Act like the confident version of you before you feel like her. Smile at strangers, speak up in the meeting, post the content. Not perfectly, not flawlessly, just do it. And watch how the world responds to you differently. 4. Rewrite your identity. The reason you're so good at being shy, you've been practicing shy behaviors for the last 10, 20, maybe 30 years. But you're not stuck there, because identity's not fixed. You get to rewrite it, and you rewrite it through repeated action. Every time you show up differently, you're sending your brain a new message. This is who I am now. So here's what I want you to do today. Pick one situation this week where you're going to practice these 4 principles. Recognize the pattern, show your visibility, act for proof, rewrite your identity. Maybe it's a meeting, maybe it's a coffee run, maybe it's posting that video you've been overthinking. And I want you to write down 3 things. How will I look more confident in this moment? How will I sound more confident in this moment? What's one behavior I'm going to try that the confident version of me would do? Then do it. Not perfectly, not flawlessly, just do it. And watch how the world responds to you differently. Now, this framework is just one of many I teach to help women step into their most confident, visible, high-value selves.